Okay, so today we're going to talk about betrayal and maybe a little bit about karma. I've got 5 stories here that are, let's just say they're a masterclass in what not to do in a relationship. So welcome to Stories I Found on Reddit. If you're finding my channel for the first time, consider giving this video a like. You know the algorithm just loves it. Anyway, it's gonna be a bumpy ride. Just grab a snack. All right, the first story is a short one. It's basically a confession. It's deleted now, but I found it on r/Reddit on Wiki. It reads, I have been cheating on her for the last 3 years. I, 34 high libido, have been cheating on my wife, 35 low libido, for the last 3 years. I am not going to tell you people to cheat, but just share my experience. Intimacy was good at the beginning of the marriage and decreased more every year. After the birth of our daughter, it became non-existent. I do not remember how many discussions I had about it with her, but she dismissed my pleadings. Before I started cheating, we were having pity sex every 3 months maybe. I started cheating during business trips, then it escalated to casual hookups. That's the only reason I can continue with the marriage. I used to be irritated all the time and it affected the family. Now, I am a better dad. No unnecessary arguments. I stopped asking for intimacy. She was happy at first, but I see that she is very nervous around me now. She even started initiating it. I would have probably left if we did not have a child, but it came to this point, unfortunately. All right, I've got to say it. I just don't get people who try to justify cheating. It's like they only want you to see their side of it, you know? The whole foundation of a relationship is trust, and you're just throwing that away. What's the point of staying in the relationship then? Just ask for a divorce at that point. And I hate to be the one to break it to you, but your partner not wanting to have sex with you does not give you a free pass to go cheat. It just doesn't work that way. Just break up for God's sake. I mean, mismatched libidos are a real thing and it sucks, but that's a conversation you have, not a secret you keep while you're hooking up with other people. I don't know, man. It's a mess. All right, it's time for a new story. This one is from the subreddit r/PettyRevenge. I have gone through this one. It's just a perfect one. It reads, someone tried to steal our campsite. We've got a good group of friends, and we camp together every year for Labor Day. 7 adults, 4 kids, 3 cars. We pay extra for the 3rd car and are under the per-person maximum per site. Reservations open 11 months in advance. We book the same large site every year 11 months in advance. This is, hands down, the best site in the campground. Pull through for the camper, off by itself, huge space, set off from the road, facing the woods. A plus site. Some of the sites are much smaller. I was the first to arrive at the campground at about 9 p.m. Friday night. Every site is full, except for one, and it isn't ours. It's the next site over, and it's a site that clearly can't fit a 32-foot trailer. We're kinda in Methlahoma out here, and this trailer was probably made in the 80s, so I'm pretty nervous when I go up to knock on the door. I immediately drop into my best Oklahoma accent and go full Southern lady. I'm terribly sorry to bother y'all, but here's my reservation email and I think y'all are in my site. Oh no, this is the site we booked. Well, ma'am, would y'all mind if I looked at your reservation email? If they double booked us, we'll figure it out. Oh, let us find the email. They close the door. I wait 10 minutes. They don't pop out. I go ahead and call the ranger. They'll be here in 30 minutes. I wait 10 more minutes and knock on their door again. Were y'all able to find that email? Well, do we go to their website? No, it should be in your email. Well, what do you want us to do? We have kids asleep in here. Ma'am, my kids are asleep in the car, so I get it. We won't fit into that other site. If we can't get into this one, we won't have a space to sleep tonight. They still can't find the email. My friend finally pulls up with their trailer. The ranger came right after. Magically, they somehow find the email. They're supposed to be in the tiny site. They are now appealing to the ranger. Oh, we're supposed to leave tomorrow morning. Can't we just stay here? It's so much work to back in a trailer for just one night. Okay, we can compromise. Okay, we'll find somewhere else tonight if you can be out by 7 a.m. tomorrow so that we can get in. How about 11? That's checkout time. Nope, this is our site. We'll be nice, but we've got a full day tomorrow and we need to be set up by 8 a.m. That's so early. We have kids, but I guess we can be out by then. The ranger sees right through the potential drama that would happen at 7 a.m. the next morning and says, nah, you need to go ahead and move tonight. But we have sleeping kids. The ranger points to me. So does she. You need to move. Much cussing and grumbling, but they finally move their RV. It takes them a solid 45 minutes to get it slotted into that microscopic site. And here we are, Sunday afternoon, and their loud kids and their off-leash rat dogs are still in the site next door. The sites are fairly well spaced, so at least it's muted by the trees. Yesterday morning, one of the kids screams, "Why aren't we in the nice site anymore?" The mom, maybe grandma? I honestly was reading a book and not looking. Then screamed back, "Well, those people over there took our site." Should have booked earlier, my friends. Normally we cook more food than we can eat and share with our neighbors. Nope, no steak for you. This post also has an update to it. Let me read that out to you. Update, Monday afternoon. Checkout time was 11. When we left, our friends were still there with no signs of packing up. So, to no one's surprise, the "we're leaving tomorrow" line was total BS. There were 3 adults in the site that we saw. 1 man, 1 older woman, and another woman who was maybe mid-40s, plus a handful of small children. The older lady was by far the more argumentative of them, but the whole interaction never escalated beyond passive-aggressive comments. The younger lady was quieter. Shock of all shocks, the younger of the 2 women came up to us yesterday evening and apologized for the other women's behavior. We told her it was a bad idea, but she wouldn't listen. She wanted the bigger site. She always tries to pull crap like this. She was extremely apologetic. So all's well that ends well. We lost an hour or so at the beginning of our trip, but had an amazing weekend with friends. We got a story out of it, and the neighbors didn't try to slash our tires. A successful weekend. Happy camping to y'all. Oh man, you can just feel the exhaustion in this story. And that ranger has definitely seen some stuff. You know what he was thinking. I am not coming back out here at 7 a.m. for this nonsense. I love the whole back and forth. But our kids? Nope. But the trailer won't fit? Still no. And they even get offered a compromise at OP's expense to stay until 7 a.m. And they try to haggle for checkout time? Bruh, you didn't even check in to this site. You're squatting. But that update though, the younger woman apologizing and admitting her mom always tries to pull crap like this? That's the validation you need right there. Honestly, OP handled that with way more grace than I would have. Love that. Good for them. All right, it's time to move on to the next story is from the sub r/relationships. It goes like, I, F26, think my boyfriend, M30, is exaggerating or faking his illness. I, F26, have been with my boyfriend, M30, for a little under 2 years. In the time we've been together, his chronic pain, which isn't connected to any particular/known condition as he refuses to go to the doctor, has gotten worse and worse. It's reached a point where he's almost incapable of doing chores or house projects, is usually too exhausted/in pain to make or agree to plans, and getting him to do anything outside of the house together is like pulling teeth. His objections always revolve around his pain and fatigue. I've never suffered from chronic pain, and thank God, so I'm not one to judge or accuse someone of making it up, since the pain itself is invisible, and my boyfriend looks perfectly healthy. But he's now been unemployed for about 4 months, and I'm starting to question things. I'm starting to feel doubtful for a number of reasons, and the main ones are that 1, he never turns down his friends' invitations to hang out, even when the activity is something physically intense, like kayaking, or going hiking, or going to a music festival, and 2, he is never too tired/in too much pain to have sex. Over time, it's almost made it seem like he's conveniently in an unbearable amount of pain when he has to do something he isn't all that interested in, and I'm starting to feel hurt that he just doesn't seem to want to hang out with me outside of what we do, lazing around the house. I've never accused him of faking or exaggerating his pain, but I have tried to talk to him about doing more fun stuff together, and it always circles back to his pain or him accusing me of trying to keep him from spending time with his friends, which I'm not trying to do by any means. I've done a ton of research into autoimmune disorders and other conditions that could be causing his problem, always bringing my findings and suggestions to him, but he just doesn't believe a doctor or any traditional medicine will help him. I'm also bothered because when we go to family outings or parties that we're both invited to, it's rare but it does happen, he will talk anyone who will listen's ear off about how bad his chronic pain is and how frustrating it is to not be able to find a solution. The thing is, he's not actually looking for a solution. He just smokes weed every day and calls that good enough, while lamenting and complaining that his body is the way that it is. He also refuses to return to work because of his pain. For additional context, he seems to have really extreme muscle spasms/tightness, particularly in his back. I'm happy to support him through hard times, but the fact that he won't work is getting concerning and I feel severely stuck. I'm not interested in supporting him financially on a long-standing basis, but at the moment I partially am by covering some of his expenses. If this post makes me a total asshole for questioning the degree of my boyfriend's chronic pain, so be it. I just need help and answers. So here are my questions. Where do I go from here? Do you think it's possible that my boyfriend is using his pain as a crutch? Should I put some kind of ultimatum in place that will get him medical care attention? Your advice is appreciated. There's an update to this story, 3 days later. Let's hear that out first. On to my update. Armed with some fresh perspectives and some fresh frustrations, LOL, I talked to my boyfriend and told him that he needs to see a doctor or I will no longer be able to support him financially and stand by while he remains unemployed and unmotivated to get the help he needs. I also addressed the idea of managing/balancing his energy levels differently so that we're able to share household responsibilities more effectively, spend quality time together, and keep him doing the things he loves with his friends. His response was really bad. He told me that if I'm not willing to step up and clean around the house, something I'm already doing, that there's no use living together, and that my efforts to clean are the bare minimum and not good enough for his standards anyway. He was also really mad that I haven't taken initiative to take care of yard projects and car repairs. He sat there and spouted off a whole list of things I'm not noticing and cleaning. And once again, he was focused on this idea that I don't like his friends/I'm jealous of them and want him spending less time with them, which isn't true at all. This really stung. He basically brushed over everything I said and focused on my perceived faults. This told me everything I needed to know, and I told him I was leaving. He was just mad, not sad or hurt at all. I'm still crying excessively over his whole reaction. I still don't know how real or unreal his chronic pain is, but I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna be real with you guys. This dude is totally faking it, or at least milking it way harder than he needs to. Like, he can go kayaking and hiking with his friends, but can't do dishes? Come on, man. And he's too tired for chores, but never too tired for sex. How convenient. Plus, he won't even see a doctor. If you're in that much pain, wouldn't you want to figure out what's wrong? But he's got his weed and his unemployment benefits, so why change anything, right? Dude's living his best life. Good for OP, though. That update where he just got mad and blamed her for everything, yeah, that tells you everything you need to know. All right, let's keep going. Moving on to the fourth story. It's from the subreddit r/AmITheAsshole. It reads, "Am I the asshole for refusing to pay for our friend's now broken iPhone and sunglasses that our son broke? I am F28 and my husband is M32. Our son in question is 6 months old. Whenever someone holds them, we warn them that they'll try to grab your glasses or phone, and sometimes even your hair. We are trying to break this habit, but he is 6 months old. Now, I warned my husband that a friend of mine, 33F, let's call her Jean, came to visit and wants to hold, which we didn't mind at all. I warned her about it all, saying, 'Oh, best taking your sunglasses off your head, he'll grab them.' Now these are Gucci sunglasses costing almost 800 pounds, which to me is a crazy amount for sunglasses, but each to their own. She rolled her eyes at me and accused me of hogging my own baby. I warned her again. She said, 'It's fine.' So she stood holding him, took her phone out wanting to take a selfie, which again, I am fine with as long as it's not posted. Don't want a pic of him online as of yet. He, of course, grabbed her sunglasses, got excited as he got them, waved his hands about the sunglasses, and they flew. She screamed, scaring him. He panicked and flailed, hitting her iPhone to the floor. I quickly took him as she was freaking out. She says I need to buy her a new iPhone 16 and replace her sunglasses, or give her the money for them, which is 2,300 pounds. I said, we can't pay that as that's not even my monthly wage. Plus, I am on maternity, but also I don't feel like I should, as you ignored my warnings. I'm called heartless for not being more understanding of her upset. I was more concerned with calming down my son. My husband just shrugged, telling her I did warn her. So, am I the asshole? Nah, you're definitely not the asshole here. First off, that's a 6-month-old, right? That kid has no idea what he's doing. And the friend, Jean, she got 2 solid warnings about her glasses and phone. And she just rolls her eyes? Come on, man. It's a baby. He sees shiny thing. He grabs shiny thing. I I get that 800 pounds Gucci shades and a brand new iPhone are expensive, but that's a risk she took. And of course, the mom's first instinct is to comfort her scared kid, not worry about a phone. That's just called being a good parent. Shout out to the husband for the supportive shrug too. Love that. But demanding over $2,000? That's like 2 months' pay for OP. Nah, man. Maybe offer to buy her a coffee to smooth things over if you're feeling generous. But the full amount? That's a hard pass from me. Time to read the next story in line. It's from the subreddit, Am I the Asshole? It goes like, Am I the asshole for throwing my ex's words in his affair partner wife's face after she spent the last 5 years taunting me? I F33 found out my ex-husband M35 and the father of my 2 kids, 11 and 9, was cheating on me with Dana, F30, who he worked with. Once I kicked my ex out, he did everything to try and win me back. He even shared the fact Dana was sterile and was just some safe fun because he knew he couldn't get her pregnant. He said he would never actually want something, not someone, like that, and he loved me and our kids. I was having none of it. I didn't pity Dana either because she knew about me. We had met. She knew about the kids too. So to me, she was a homewrecker, and I wasn't going to warn her about my ex's feelings on her. My ex continued trying to win me back throughout our divorce. The night before, he sent more texts begging me to call it all off and let us be a family again. And he said more degrading things about Dana. But I didn't listen to him. I was done. Even if he wasn't living with Dana, which he was, I wasn't going to buy he'd change. From the day my ex moved in with Dana, she was smug. She called me all dried up, said my pit clearly wasn't tight enough anymore for my ex, and that he clearly felt repulsed by whatever stretch marks the kids left behind. I ignored her. She got herself kicked out of the kids' school a few times for using that language in front of others. Twice was in front of one of the teachers during PT conferences. For years I have ignored it and tried to be the bigger person. But recently, she was extra nasty about me, and the fact I've been single since the divorce. She tried to say it was clear no man wanted me, not even the father of my children, and how he thought so little of me. She said he only says nothing because of the kids, but she knows. She knows that's why he went to her. So in response, I screenshotted several of the texts X sent me where he degraded her, and I told she should see what he thinks of her. She told me I was sick and twisted and how dare I dig into her infertility. Then it was, why would I not tell her if any of this were true? I told her I owed her nothing after she knowingly slept with the man I was married to and contributed to the breakup of my children's family. I told her I found her as disgusting and repulsive as him, but I had done my best to ignore her all these years while she degraded me. Then I told her to look inside her house for all that nasty shit and reminded her to check the dates on the messages. She texted me several times in the aftermath. I muted her. Can't block while they're together because she could be with my kids in an emergency and the court order states we must keep this access open. So now the plan is to unmute whenever the kids are over there and mute the second they come home to me. But am I the asshole? Okay, so definitely not the asshole. After what? 5 years? Yeah. 5 years of hearing comments like that? Dana was practically begging for a reality check. The fact that she got kicked out of the kids' school for her language tells you everything you need to know. And the ex? Yeah. People who are willing to cheat like that often repeat their patterns. He'll probably do it again if he isn't already. Honestly, in a way, Dana did OP a huge favor. Her life is just going to keep getting better. She's the real winner here. All right, that's a wrap for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed hanging out. And if there's something you didn't like, or something you want to see more of, definitely let me know in the comments. I'm always trying to bring out something new and make these videos better for you guys. So, yeah, if you want, hit that subscribe button. Maybe give this video a like. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Stay kind, y'all. Peace.